I will
Here we go.
survive. Hey, hey.
And welcome to Nat1Fun League.
I'm
Back
gonna die.
to Icewind, second of 2 episodes of Dragon Attack. Who knows? Maybe we'll have enough. The dragon will survive. I'll have to start a whole new campaign.
Oh God.
How are you guys doing? Also, I quite red.
Yeah, a little bit. That's strange, isn't it?
Why it looks.
Oh, you don't look that red on Discord.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, like kind of gray on this.
Like
Maybe-
boiled meat.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, well, why don't we bring down that work? All right, guys, welcome everybody. I know it's been a few weeks since our last kind of romp, Icewind Dale, and I apologize for that, but a series of events went through that kind of pervade and didn't allow me team. So, unfortunately, due to my own issues, weren't able to. But now we're back. Happy to have everybody here. I think everybody is kind of on the edge of their seat, ready to go. There is no dice giveaway today, but on here. Do not forget that we are sponsored by Die Hard Dice. So if you guys want to save some money, is my audio dropping? Let me drop my noise gate. Hopefully this will help. I assume it'll help. It's like a phone going out of cell range. Yeah, okay, hold on. Testing. What about now? How does that sound better? I think this is it. I think we're good now. I think this should be okay. Let me know in the comments if Dan is trying a new DM style. He is muted, only the players can hear him. Yeah, that's it. That's all you get is the players' response to me.
Yeah.
All right. Let me scoot Leodin over just a little bit so I can get her in frame. Boom, boom, bang. Okay. So like I said, welcome back. We are sponsored by Die Hard Dice. So if you would like to save some money on Die Hard Dice this month, just go to Die Hard Dice and on checkout, type in Nat1Fun into the discount code area, and you will save yourself 10% off of any of the dice that you pick out. And on top of that, there was an awesome set that was just released, all kinds of metal sets. So if you are a metal fan, be it music or actual dice, you will be pleasantly surprised. There is a set that you can specifically support us here at Nat1Fun if you would like. And I will get that to you at the break. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy the dice. We are also sponsored by Voice Mod. And basically what that means is that if you guys end up purchasing Voice Mod, we get a small little kickback from it. If you're not familiar with Voice Mod, it is the program that I use to change my voice on the fly live while doing so. And basically what you need to do is just click this link right here, and that should lead you to the location that that you need to go, basically, to allow us to receive just a little bit of kickback. But anyways, Voice Mod hella cool if you do any kind of streaming, or even if you don't and do like, you know, if you want to make some voices on Discord or whatever you want to do. Anyways, very cool stuff. And last but not least, I'd like to mention that I am doing 3D modeling on the side now. And if you are not familiar with 3D modeling, it is basically kind of like for 3D printing. And I have a website that you guys can go check out. That is myminifactory.com. And it basically has all the minis that I've made so far. I am putting up a new one just recently. I made a knoll, so it's pretty freaking cool. But yeah, go check those out. And if you really like them, or if you just want to support me, you can always just buy them and have the files whenever you'd like. That's pretty much it. So yeah, so without, you know, filling your ears up with sponsors and commercials and bullshit, let's go ahead and jump into today's game. You guys ready?
Roll the intro.
Roll that beautiful intro. Oh, the intro is not playing on the... Can you guys hear it? Can you guys hear the intro? Nope. Nope. Okay. One second.
Playing for like half a second.
Yep. Let me just make sure my audio is set to the correct location.
Let's just restart the stream. We gotta do it all over again.
Yeah, let's just start everything over. Let's see. Stream intro.
Also, Hoopla said I look like a hipster Smee, and I had to Google who that was.
You don't know who Shmee is?
Nope.
What? All right, so not sure why it decided to start coming through my my screen audio, but we will see if this helps. Possibly. If it doesn't, I guess we'll figure it out. If it doesn't work, we'll just go through it though with no audio, and then we'll just figure it. We'll just continue on from there instead of, you know, working with tech issues for 30 minutes. All right, let's see if it works. Hopefully it does. If not, like I said, sorry. Here we go. Yeah, it's just not going to work. Excellent. What I'd love to see. Literally, for some reason, it is playing through my monitor's sound or speakers. All right, lovely. So, on that note, I guess, since why not? We will go ahead and talk about what you know, what happened last time. So when, or as we left off, as I usually say, as we left off, our adventurers had just gotten back from defeating Zardarok Sunblight within his castle or his area in the mountains. They were basically just after the dragon had left and made a beeline towards. Can you guys hear me? No, hear me? Oh no, what's happening? Okay. Sorry, I thought it was saying that you guys couldn't hear. Okay. So, as I was saying, let's music going on background. So we left off, and the dragon had just taken off from its roost in the mountains, and the team, battered and beaten from the battle just right at that point, had met up with the individual that helped them in this situation, the unlikely ally in Grandolpha. Grandolpha being one of the Durgar, actually, that were basically revolting against Zardarok. The team decided to just beeline it straight towards home to try and catch the dragon before it destroyed the entirety of 10 towns. On their way back, an individual named Velany, the wizard who had sent them on this quest to begin with, she met up with them in hopes that she could catch up and try and help them in their task. But on her way there, she saw the dragon fly overhead. And in doing so, she caught up with the team and helped them on their way back. And in increasingly fast speeds, thanks to Olanu's natural Goliath abilities and her barbarian abilities, she was able to help the team reach back to 10 towns a lot quicker than normal. During that time, Velany basically used her magic, her necromantic magic, to sacrifice her kobolds and give our team a modified long rest. And in doing so, once the team finally made it to basically in between East Haven and Bryn Shander, Velany gave them the option to go straight to Bryn Shander to attempt to raise up as much of a defense against the dragon as possible. Without even thinking twice, though, the team decided to go straight towards Tourmaline in order to try and rescue Abel's wife before things got too hard. On their way there, they saw the attacks of the Duragar in Tourmaline already in progress when they got there. They ran as fast as they could to Abel's wife's house, his old abode, his old shack. And when they got there, unfortunately, they found that the entire place had been ransacked and was still under attack by the Duragar and set ablaze. While fighting, the Duragar kind of encroaching on the city some more, Kinrava used a magical spell to kind of lead them away to the city and face them towards Lonelywood. Now, after they had done so, the sounds of flapping from a distance could be heard. And a large roar of a mechanical dragon could be heard in the distance. And suddenly the team was up against the Chardelin dragon. The Chardelin dragon showing its might as Kinrava laid into it. But ultimately, the downfall of the party currently was the fact that once it landed, Abel lost control of his mind and turned on his own teammates, even slaying Leodin, bringing her down to 0 hit points and unconscious. Luckily, the rest of the team was there to bring her back up and kind of bring Abel back to reality. But in that time, the city had been decimated by the dragon. The fiery, radiant-like breath destroying the city and setting it ablaze. In that time, they took this opportunity of the dragon kind of being distracted by destroying all the buildings to make a run for it, leaving whatever was in that city behind and making their way to Bryn Shander. Now, we pick up as our team is about halfway between Bryn Shander and Tourmaline. All right, team. So, you guys are currently about an hour or so away from Bryn Shander. You're a little bit north of Bryn Shander currently. You're making your way down south. So what are you guys currently doing? First off, let's talk about HP. So I can gather everybody's current HP from the last game. I know Leodin went down, but she immediately got a 30 hit point boost from Grimly.
Which is exactly where she is right now.
Perfect. Abel, how are you doing?
Not great, Dan. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, no problem. Physically, how is Abel doing?
He's got 11 hit points.
Okay, so still not great. Okay, that's wonderful. Ken, how you doing?
19.
Excellent. And then Olanu.
30.
All right, so yeah, you guys are
And
rough.
Grimly is at 66.
Oh, thank you very much.
He just posted it now.
Okay, excellent. I'll take a look at it now. 1 second, as the screen's gonna flicker for a second, guys. He still didn't link to it. Damn it.
No.
I know.
It's all right. It's okay. All right, no worries.
And
No
the
worries.
links.
Whoop.
Holy shit.
You good?
It's all right. That was my heart falling out of my.
It sounds awfully metal.
It is
It hit
cold
the
and
chair.
metallic.
Hit the
Thanks.
chair. All right. Sorry. Thank you very much for the
Oh,
update.
look, he linked it. Thanks, Brad.
Thanks, Brad.
Thanks.
All right. So, on that note, and it is 71, by the way. I guessed 73, so that's what it shows.
I knew it was 71. I just didn't want to tell you.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. All right.
Just give that extra couple
We
HP.
pick back up as you guys are hurrying your way on your axe beaks back southwards towards Bryn Shander. And scene.
That's it. That's the end.
No, you may role
That's
play.
not what Dan's scene means.
Oh God.
I'm so nervous.
Okay, sorry. Go for it. Is it just a silent ride back?
I think
Yeah.
it might be.
It might be because, like, with everything that just happened, like, how the heck?
Okay. So as you guys are riding through the snow, kind of large snowflakes hitting your face on your way back, due to it being, again, dark as hell, as always, but mostly the fact that the weather is almost silent. The wind has kind of subsided, and all you hear is the pitter-patter of feet along the path as you make your way back to Bryn Shander. One thing you hear is a long and very obvious sigh come from the back rider as Grimly looks behind him, and you could see him eyeing the location, or the last location, of the survivors trying to run from the town. He just looks forward, and you can see it as, like, he almost doesn't even, it looks like he doesn't even care where this axe beak takes him. He just kind of puts his head down as he rides.
There's nothing we can do for them.
And as you guys approach about 100 or so feet from the north gate of Bryn Shander, you can see people are scrambling to get inside the city. There's a large group of about 30 or so people trying to get into the gates, all pushing and shoving to get in. You can see that there shouldn't be like a reason why anybody is there, or the fact is nobody's stopping them from getting in. It's just everybody is panicking and trying to move through a small entrance. And you can see, since you're on your axe beaks and kind of coming down from a hill, you can see into Bryn Shander. And as you are kind of looking into Bryn Shander through the gate, you can see beyond that crowd, and the town is just full of people. Now, Bryn Shander sits atop a large hill, so it's kind of like a peak on a mountain. That's kind of where Bryn Shander sits. So as you're riding down the hill and then back up to get to the entrance, you kind of are greeted by this large group of individuals. You just hear kind of like a random assortment of screaming and yelling and panic that's kind of been set in. A voice kind of yelling above the rest. No pushing! Get in! Get in now!
They're all gonna die.
Yeah. I don't even know that this city's the best place for all of them. Not when this is where the final battle will probably happen.
No,
Makes
it's
sense, though,
definitely
if you
not.
think about it. With all of the towns destroyed and all of them coming towards Bryn Shander, it makes them a prime target.
Wonder if escaping to the mountains may be better for them. Civilians won't be any good in this fight.
The crowd begins to kind of funnel in, and the last remnants of that large crowd that was just there kind of enters the city, allowing you to get in. You see the individual that was yelling above the group had set up a bunch of kind of boxes and stuff like that to kind of give himself a pedestal and yell over the rest. And you see an individual there that you hadn't seen before, to be honest, but you know who this is, Leodin, as you had lived here for quite some time. And you look and you can see currently Sheriff Markham Southwell. Sheriff Markham Southwell is the leader of the militia here in Bryn Shander. Thank you very much for the hydrate hoopla. You see Markham now, and you can see he is dressed in like a blue cloth tabard, or not tabard, but a blue cloth vest with white trim of like fur, and a long cape with white trimmed fur across the back. You see a heavy leather set of almost like shoulder pauldrons on him, leading down into his vest. Obviously some sort of reinforced armor. And you see a nice set of like leather bracers and shin guards upon him as he yells while swinging a sword kind of like in the air. You see that he is a very dark-skinned individual, not kind of native to the north, and you would suspect that he probably hails from the south lands of Chult, as many of the people who are similarly skinned reside from. And of course, Leodin, like I said, because you know him, you would also know that he is one of the few people that left the more inclined to stay Goodmead, as that is where most of the people from Chult have found home. And that's why he's kind of like one of a few people here that are from Chult. But he yells out, and Leodin, he sees you amongst the large set of axebeaks that ride into the city after the large crowd. And you hear him, Leodin! And he kind of calls you over. Where have you been? Are you all right?
Yeah.
Battery low.
I'm all right. We do come before a dragon, so I don't know how all right the rest of you will be. But I'm all right.
There are things in action right
Charging battery.
now. We must go to Speaker Duvesta Shane.
All right.
We also need to rest as soon as possible.
Oh, you can rest later. Right now, we need to go.
Let's go.
He kind of jumps off of his boxes and literally like Zorros it onto an axe beak that was sitting next to it. This axe beak is like decked out in black iron blade armor. It seems that this armor was put together by another familiar name of Garn the Hammer, as it's emblazoned by the black iron blade symbol across its chest.
So super crap armor.
So it's
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah.
resting,
it's-
falling apart.
It is definitely like lower in quality for sure. But he jumps onto the back of the saddle and he kicks hard, and you hear as the axe beak picks up and like starts charging towards the center of the city. And he is kind of cutting a line through what looks to be hundreds and hundreds of refugees. Do you guys follow?
Would we know if?
Oh yeah, I definitely follow.
Okay.
Do we know if there are any sort of tunnels or cave system underneath the town, or if it's just?
You would know. There are none.
Okay.
Bryn Shander is atop a large hill. It is not known for its mining facilities. This is mostly one of the most protected cities in all of 10 Towns, and it abuts one of the lakes not too far from here. And it's more of a fisherman's paradise than it is anything. Not necessarily like Tourmaline or Targos or even Lonely Wood, where they kind of deal with the mines mostly.
Yeah.
Brash 50 with the 9 months in a row. Thank you for the stream, baby. Welcome back. Appreciate the sub. All right. So you guys start making your way to the center of the city, and he kind of halts really sharply at the city center, which brings us to where you see on the map as the town hall. There are just hundreds and hundreds of people in Bryn Shander. Way more than you've ever seen since you ever lived in this location. Be it the residents of Bryn Shander finally just leaving their houses, or a lot of refugees just not having a place to stay and literally kind of just out in the cold and trying to figure out what's going on. You get led inside by by, oh my gosh, what's his name again? Markham. Yep. You get led inside by Markham Southwell, and he kind of kicks the door, just kind of bursting inside. And inside you see a small gathering of people, which looks to be either some large, big named people and some of their either close representatives or friends. But as you walk inside, you do see the familiar face of Speaker Duvessa Shane, and she's kind of got both of her hands down on this table that's right in front of her, currently like looking through some scrolls. She is surrounded by individuals who seem to be arguing amongst themselves. Other people of note that you see are Dermot, which is a leader from another one of the 10 towns. Dermot is from Dugan's Hole. And you note who or where this individual is from, as his clothing is not nearly as nice or as well kept as most of the others. You note that Dugan's Hole, or Duggan's Hole is what it really is, but you note that a lot of people from Duggan's Hole are kind of barely surviving, let alone thriving here in Icewind. Two other people of note, Crannock Seaver. You remember Crannock Seaver from Caer Dineval. Caer Dineval, the person that you guys rescued, the speaker who was apparently sick at the time, you guys rescued from that devilish cult. It seems that he and about like 6 other people are in here currently from his location. Another individual, a short halfling female, who goes by the name of Nimsy Huddle. Now, the only one that would probably know this individual would be Abel, as she is the town speaker of Lonelywood. And she looks to be like confused. She's kind of like looking around and like just looking up at the table. She'll try to say something and you can see that someone like steps in front of her and like takes her place at the table and everything like that. She's getting a little bit frustrated, but you can see she's young and kind of like jovial at heart. She doesn't seem to be angry or screaming like anybody else. She just seems to be almost like a child at an adult's table. And then lastly, you see an individual sitting in not the corner, but like the side of the room in one of the wooden chairs that is butted up against the wall. You see a large dragonborn. And Trovis is sitting there with his hands on his forehead and his elbows on his knees as he looks down at the ground. Speaker Duvessa is essentially listening to everybody as they yell out different commands and orders and everything that's going on, updates about what is happening at the rest of 10 towns. As you all walk in, Duvessa kind of puts her head up, almost looking very just overflustered. And she finally looks up and she says, "Shush!" And she kind of quiets everybody down. The clamor kind of comes down to a low roar. And she looks over at you all, hearing of your adventures beforehand. She states, "Winter's End, eh?" She says,
us.
"Not too long ago, you were a ragtag group."
Are.
She says,
What's saying we're not still a ragtag group?
"Well, here's your chance to prove otherwise." She says, "Here, to the table." As she lays out a few of the things that are going on in terms of statistics and kind of a plan of attack, sort of. So,
Is there like a box or a wooden crate or something nearby?
I was gonna do the same thing.
yeah, there's plenty of
There's a
stuff.
chair.
Most of it's been pushed to the side, or you see like furniture has been thrown down, and people are just like walking over it or like kicking it to the side, not paying attention.
I'm gonna grab one, put it in front of the halfling, and offer my hand to help her up.
Interesting. So she sees that you place the thing down on the table, and she looks up at you from like shin height, and you kind of reach down with your large hand, and she kind of like looks up at you and like just gives you like the warmest of smiles, and kind of takes both her hands and grabs your just single hand by both sides, and kind of gets lifted up into the chair, and she's now chest height with the top of the table. And she's just getting an overview of what everybody was talking about. She's now just gathering the information. Anybody else? Okay. So as you look down at the paperwork you see on the table, it's a scattering of different seals from different locations, the different 10 towns, each one of them with statistics on death tolls, survivors, everything. So, for your reference, Duggan's Hole, accounted and unaccounted deaths alike for all of these stats. So, for Duggan's Hole, about 25 people killed. And 25 survivors have made it here, as well as Speaker Dormut.
Wow, that place was tiny.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you'll be. This is a really good time to visualize the different sizes of the different cities.
Mm-hmm.
So, you have the 50 people there in Duggan's Hold. Half of them gone. Goodmead, 25 people dead, but around 75 survivors And the speaker for the city was killed prior to the attack. So before the dragon attack, he was already dead.
That's the guy who got killed by the crap. What was that?
Giants.
Yeah,
The
Right.
but
giant,
Giants.
by
Yeah,
the Verbeeg.
right.
Correct. So that the name of the speaker was Kendrick Reelsbarrow, but neither here nor there. So about 75 survivors or so from them. East Haven. There are a list of dead. Most of these areas, they didn't have very many names, or at least they had names that you didn't recognize. But in East Haven, the death count is upwards of 500 people,
Ooh.
including
Oh no.
the names on the paper. Captain Imdra Arlagath, Speaker Daneth Whalen, Librarian Tomlin,
Shit.
Jeff the Turtle,
No.
and Nemetra
No.
the Innkeeper.
So all the people we cared about.
The
Everyone's
list
already
goes
dead,
on
so
for a
it's fine.
long while of people who had died, or at least confirmed dead. 250 people, individuals, refugees, have made it back from East Haven along the Eastway Road, including names like Bardaban and Ronaldo.
Whatever. We don't like him.
Caer Dineval, 50 dead. The entirety of the city demolished, even including the Caer itself. What you see in this room as Speaker Kranich Seaver and the 8 other individuals are all that's left from Caer Dineval. Caer Koenig, 100 people dead, including names like Allie, Corey, and Atenis Swift. Atenis Swift being the individual that helped you at the where the dogs were kept. Leaving only about 50 survivors from Caer Koenig, including Trovis. But even as like all this is going down, Trovis hasn't moved an inch from his chair.
Dogs.
Tourmaline. Reports are coming in from Tourmaline as you return. 400 dead, including Speaker Matthew and his mother.
We saw that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Only 75 individuals have reported in from Tourmaline. Reports from Lonelywood are of no losses. As you can see, Nimsy Huddle is just looking around, you know, at everybody else's things that are going on. And when you guys kind of look and see that there's no information from Lonelywood, she kind of picks up the vibe as she sees you recounting all these locations. And she says, "We saw it from far away. When it was attacking Tourmaline, we ran. I gathered the town and we left.
Smart move.
We came straight here. Most of us arriving before even those from Tourmaline." So from Lonelywood, they had over 100 survivors, including the speaker herself. Reports that are unconfirmed, but still kind of out there, from Bremen and Targos. Bremen currently, around 100 people or so have been either missing or dead, including their speaker, who has been confirmed dead. Speaker Shaleskar. Only upwards of 50 people have shown up from Bremen themselves.
And did they leave like before the dragon was sighted or after?
No, they left after. That's where the 100 people missing or dead. It's either from all of these. It's either the Duragar attacks or the dragon attacks, and it's the combination of the two causing all of this death and dismay.
Which means right now Targos is the only target left.
Correct.
Before it comes to Bryn Shander.
Exactly. So reports are still rolling in from Targos, but right now, currently, a few people have arrived from Targos, upwards of 15 or so people. They seem to have been like on the trails between Targos and Bremen and saw what was going on and decided that it was easy, or not easiest, but it was best and safest to just head straight here. But the speaker, they have no idea. The speaker, Maxwell Dinar, is missing or dead. They don't know. So, with that being said, the population in Bryn Shander has skyrocketed from about 1,100, 1,200 people total to 2,700, including all of the different people that are still coming in and all the refugees from the different towns that have made their way here. And Duvessa and you see Duvessa and Markham Southwell are conversing with each other and talking, and you talk about, or you can hear them talking about different preparations and everything like that. And they lay out a series of events or plans that you can take a look at.
Do they have a count of how many of those people are able to fight?
Yes, absolutely. So there is a count of possible assistance from basically a militia. You know, you are able-bodied people, if you will. Their estimates of the able-bodied people are around 700. The rest being younglings, elderly, injured, all that stuff.
There's 2,000 people that we have to try and make sure are not in this fight.
Essentially. Now, you look down at a large sheet and you see this large scroll has been titled The Preparation. And you look through it, and it's a list of things that looks to be needed. Just as you guys are looking at these scrolls, you hear like a hushing of noises and stuff like that. And coming down the steps of the back of the room, you see another familiar face. As Velany seems to be walking down the stairs slowly and holding the book in her hand, or holding a book in her hand, and just reading through it slowly. It looks to be like a pair of kobolds are alongside her as well. And they just seem to be following, of course. And They hand you the sheet of the preparation and everything like that, and they say, we are going to need your help wherever it is you can hand it. It may be best to split our efforts in order to accomplish as much as possible before the dragon attacks.
Yeah.
When you
Not
look
sure
down...
if you guys-
Oh, good.
I'm not sure if you guys are already aware of this, but this dragon, its breath can make people, other than just outright killing them, can make them lose their minds and attack each other. So the more civilians we can get out of this, the better.
It would be best if any sort of militia to be formed, they are given bows and arrows rather than swords.
Well, we have what we have. You hear her say, and she looks over at Markham, and Markham kind of shrugs. As you can tell, it is the job of the Black Iron Blaze to provide for the militia of Bryn Shander, but to have this many more people is way beyond what they were ever expecting in terms of back inventory, if you will. So they hand you the paper, and on the paper, you see a few things. One of the things that you can accomplish or get accomplished during this time is fortifying the militia. Hence what Ali was just talking about. There are upwards of about 700 people that are able-bodied and that might be able to fight. It is up to whoever chooses this side quest / job. It is up to you to reinforce and encourage the militia to fight. There is also... I'm sorry?
It's just like, what's my charisma?
Yeah. We'll find out. The next one. Protecting the weak, the innocent, the young, and the old. That is another point that you can do. That might provide safety in the fact that getting them to a central location would benefit them all. Another one is fighting off the encroaching Duragar with Captain Markham Southwell at the helm. That is another job. You will be solely responsible for leading the charge with the captain upon the encroaching Duragar, meaning that you can either prevent a lot of Duragar from entering Bryn Shander and wreaking havoc that way, or you could fail and really increase the amount of Duragar presence within the city. Fourth, preparing dragon arrows and tethers. So you can have somebody go to help prepare dragon arrows and tethers to help bring down the dragon so that it is able to be fought on an even ground. Depending on how well and how quickly you create these arrows and tethers and gather a lot, because what is basically it is that there are a large group of several or more of these ballistas that have been in storage for many, many years in preparation for a dragon's attack on the towns. But of course, this was not necessarily built for a Charlatan dragon. It was built for a regular dragon. And so they have these in storage, but the arrows themselves are in disarray, as it's been years and years since they were used. And then last but not least, the fifth job, researching for possible weaknesses in the dragon. Now, if you choose to research, you can do it in any way you choose. Any way you choose as your character. But but the person helping you will be Velany. Velany is doing as much research as she can into the fighting of this dragon as possible. And you can help her in deciding or figuring out possible weaknesses in this dragon. Whatever you guys choose, the last job will be given away to Grimly. But, of course, there are many other things on this sheet. It just so happens that these are probably the most beneficial and easiest for you guys as individuals to accomplish.
It'd probably be best if Grimly helped with the dragon arrows. Because he already has the smithing.
Blacksmithing as well.
Yeah.
Now, I will say this. These are not necessarily going to be affected by your proficiencies. This is not necessarily a proficiency check. This is a kind of homegrown, custom-made challenge of sorts. And so what we'll be doing to kind of decide this outcome will be a series of D20 rolls without any kind of modifications or anything like that. It's just a series of D20 rolls to kind of depict how this is going to happen.
Are you sure we have to roll? We can't just succeed?
Yeah.
Because if it's up to the dice, I don't know if I'll be able to accomplish much.
You know,
Can
it was
Ray
anybody
do
else-
all of the tasks?
Yeah. Just do all the rolls.
Just run around, Ray. Run around.
Leonin just goes everywhere so I can roll.
All right. So as a group, I want you guys to go ahead and talk it out about who you would like to be doing the different things. I'll go ahead and read it again just in case. It is fortifying the militia, protecting the weak, fighting off encroaching Duragar with the captain, preparing the dragon arrows and tethers, and researching for possible weaknesses. Choose your weapon.
I mean, I think it's obvious which one I'm going to be going with.
Fighting off the Duragar?
Fighting off the Duragar?
Are you going to steal that book?
I've got Fireball, but no.
Protecting the women and children? Like, I don't know.
Ooh, no.
No. I'll go with researching the dragon with Velany.
Okay, you want to research with Velany? Let me go ahead and put your name by all these so I can remember who's who. So that
Also
will
doing
be
it too.
Inraba. You're also doing
Really
what?
stupid question.
I'm
Do we have
writing-
time
I've
for
got
a
it all
short
written
rest?
down.
Okay.
Do we have
I'm
time
Perfect.
for a short rest while we do this? Like, stupid
Yeah,
question, but...
no, it's not a
Oh.
stupid question. I'll say that while you guys are in here literally listening to the story and chilling and doing literally nothing but looking at paperwork, that's your time for short rest.
How many days?
Cool.
Y'all want me to play a song of rest while we're doing this? Just to
Good
calm everyone
question,
Oh,
Seth.
down?
that'd be amazing.
I'm playing a song of rest.
Yeah, go for it. So, as in, like, the somber tones that you would hear from the dwarven song that was sang in The Hobbit,
Mm-hmm.
the somber tones of that song, Leodin starts playing a very familiar tune. And that tune is of the remembrance of different miners and fishermen who have lost their lives here in Icewind Dale. Everybody knows it because she used to play it in the tavern from time to time. And people begin to kind of stop arguing during this time that they listen to Leodin. And as they stop arguing, they each begin to sing alongside Leodin's playing in order to kind of bring themselves back to reality. So you get a song of rest along with your short rest.
And that's an extra D6, Ray?
I believe so, but I'm double checking right now.
Does it go up with your
I
level?
don't know why I'm double checking against you.
Oh, I don't know. It does go up, but it doesn't scale at the same rate as your bardic inspiration.
I know, that's why I'm having to look. It's not even on my actual there it is.
Song of Rest,
Yeah,
the
it's
extra
still
points.
just it's a 1d6 right now. It doesn't increase until level
9. Holy crap. Yeah, so you get a 1d6 as well as your hit dice.
Thanks for the 1, Ray.
I try.
Did it?
I also rolled a 1 on my normal hit dice as well.
Hey,
Oh,
I'm
wow.
back up to
Looking good.
I'm back up to full. Hey.
52.
36.
I've got the HP of a wet paper towel though, so you know, not hard.
I am full.
Abel, what's your HP right now?
36 out of 51. I rolled really terribly on my hit dice.
All right. Grimly is going to use a what you use it? Healing was it healing
Cure
touch?
wounds?
Cure wounds? Yeah, that one. Yeah, and he will cast it. He will upcast it as well.
Ooh. Tell Brad.
So he's gonna cast it at 3rd level, just in case.
I don't think he has 3rd level spells, Daniel.
Oh, that's right. He's a paladin. He's not a cleric. Okay, so you regain. Oop, that's cocked.
He needs to have a midlife crisis and become a cleric.
We'll see what happens after this fight.
You regain an additional 9 hit points. Oh, plus spellcasting. So I don't know what his spellcasting is. 1 second. Spellcasting, he doesn't have it on the sheet, but it is charisma.
His charisma is a plus
3.
5, I think.
So you get, yeah, so it's plus 3. So
12.
6 plus 8, 14.
14. Got it. That brings me almost exactly to max.
Okay, and he'll leave it there. Perfect.
I'm at 50 of 51.
That's good enough.
I just pat him on the shoulder and say, "Thank you."
He
Is
kind of
everyone else good on health?
I'm at 52 of 66.
I'm
Okay.
full.
Fine.
he
31 of 31, so
he nods back to you. And he kind of like he's still like he walks up to you. Okay, this is kind of how it happens. He walks up to you, but he's still looking at the ground as he walks and approaches you, without even looking up. He just places his hands up, holds onto your arms, and you get the healing feeling. And as you say thank you, he says, "Of course, Tor." And he just shakes his head and walks away.
Yeah, I don't say anything.
All right. Now, I've got Kinraba for researching possible weaknesses. What else are you guys doing?
Well, really quickly, I'm going to go over to Alanu and I'm going to cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level.
Oh my.
Just kind of looks at you, surprised. Thanks.
That's 17 hit points.
Damn.
I
Damn.
rolled an 8 and a 7.
keep
Back up to
these
max.
rolls.
Hell yeah.
And I look up and I just say, "I'm sorry."
If that happens to me, I expect you to kill me. Don't let me kill the others.
I just nod.
Unders-
There is no time. Choose your jobs.
I'll help with the Durgar.
I have experience training militiamen. I can help fortify what we have. Though I doubt it'll be much help.
Markham looks up to you, Olanu, and kind of places his hand on your shoulder, and he like nods in acceptance of like almost like an instantly like familiarity. And then they look over at you, Leodin, and they ask,
I want to make sure that the weak are protected.
she kind of looks and she says, very well. I assume this is where they best suit. And then you see...
You happen to have it anywhere with basements?
She kind of mentions that probably the most beneficial and safest locations that you could bring individuals to are either here in the town hall, below town hall, or the House of the Morning Lord, which is the location, the only like religious location here in town.
That's where Grimly started, right?
That's where Grimly started.
Hey.
We need to go there to make sure he's not pregnant anymore.
Oh yeah, I forgot of Chestburster.
What's up, Gronk?
I
How you
have
doing?
it. All right. That means
Okay.
Grimly is going to help with arrows.
Grimly is helping with arrows, so let me write these down. So Grimly, I said I would, and then I didn't. And then
I
fighting
got it.
off is Olanu.
Hmm?
Olanu. Protecting the weak is going to be Leodin. And then fortifying the militia, our good old Abel. All right.
Worst
we
militia ever.
We have you guys situated. So the way this is going to work, guys, is we're going to go down through the level of, not importance per se, but kind of like the level of narrative. Which one of these would be kind of like, would take precedence over the next kind of narratively if you were watching a movie or something like that kind of. So, being that said, all of you guys are going to be running out doing all these things at the same time. But narratively, just like in combat, it's kind of one at a time kind of thing. Gronk, 8 months. Thank you very much for the resub. Awesome. Thank you very much. Do appreciate it.
Before we get started,
Yes.
I want to take Speaker Duvessa and Sheriff Markham aside and ask them one quick question.
Both Duvessa and Markham?
Yes.
Okay, yes.
Like they at the same time. They can be there at the same time. They're not.
Yeah.
It's not.
There's not much room to go anywhere else, but they kind of like lead you to the back of the room. You think that maybe like 2 or 3 people might be able to hear you if they really wanted to.
Is there any place or any person who's been taking down names for the people that have come in?
What do you mean, like survivors?
Yeah.
We have the survivors here in Bryn Shander. If they have not provided those names in the areas or the papers that you saw on the table, I don't believe they're taking any more once they are received here.
All right. That's all I needed.
And they kind of go back to the table. The sounds of shouting and like conversing and fighting between towns. Oh, shit, it scared me. My book fell. Even blame, as if other towns were to blame for this dragon's attack. You hear, if you wouldn't have stolen our fishing spots, then this would have never happened. The Duragar attacked your home for a reason. You're undefended and terribly prepared.
All right. I don't think this is the time for that. We literally have a dragon coming. They've destroyed everywhere else. I don't think now's the time to place blame. And in fact, I'm not sure there is blame to place. So quit it. You damn fools.
I love it. Roll a charisma check for me. Roll a persuasion.
That is a 23.
Okay. You see a bunch of them are just really upset. Some of them that were yelling, you can even see tears coming down their face. It seems that they are emotionally driven with whatever they're saying right now. A lot of them are. Some of them might be strong in their convictions, but others, they just seem to be arguing for the sake of, that might be the only feeling they have left right now. But when you, of course, state this and try to gather everybody, you hear a kind of a small voice rise above the crowd as Nimsy kind of takes place in yours, as she kind of like holds up her arms and she says, "Now is not the time to fight, everyone. We must gather our forces together if we are to defeat this dragon. Infighting is only going to do us harm in the end. She's right. We can only look upon ourselves. We cannot blame others. We fight and we survive, as we always have here in Icewind Dale. Once this dragon has been handled, then we can speak of other things." And you just see like everybody kind of their attitudes begin to kind of really calm down. Seems you and Nimsy both really had an effect on these people's attitudes, at least right now. And just as this kind of calm happens, the sound of a large, like, klaxon or horn can be heard echoing outside of the doors. And then the door poof, bursts open as it looks to be like a young 20 or so year old male individual human kind of bursts in through the door. The dragon, it comes. And he just runs out with like his spear in hand towards the streets full of people. And when the sound like occurs, you just see them all split off in different directions and panic. And Duvessa says, "Now to your posts."
Before Alano heads out, she's going to give Leodin Percy.
Oh, okay.
Take care of him. And she points her finger at Percy and tells him to be on his best behavior in Giant.
Percy looks at you and kind of like tilts its head to the side and just kind of like two quick like wing bursts and lands over and like almost tackles Leodin, kind of just landing into her chest. And then struggling to find a place to sit because it's just overly large on top of Leodin. Like, she fits great on top of you.
Yeah.
But then, like, on Leodin, it's like over encumbering a little bit. It's like, oh god.
I like take my hood off and like, do you want to be in there?
And just for all intents and purposes, Cuckoo on the outside is just sitting there watching the chaos as it ensues and looks in through the door kind of timidly at the group as you prepare. All right. So, that being said, let's get down to brass tacks. So, first and foremost, we need to fortify this militia.
God damn it.
Sorry, Abel. We need to fortify this militia. We need to get as many able-bodied people. That just happened.
All right.
We need to get as many able-bodied people in this fight as we can. And it's up to you, Abel, to do so.
Oh. I should have picked something else.
So, it's up to you to find people that are going to help fight off the Duragar attack and the dragon attack. Okay? So if they pick up arms, be it a pitchfork or some random bow that they had been handed down time after time by their grandparents or whatever, they gotta pick it up and go. But it's up to you. So, Abel, I need you to roll me a d20, no modifiers right now.
Can I roll it in chat?
You can roll it in chat if you'd like.
You ready, guys?
Let's see it.
Nope.
Oh no! No! Roll it in person. Roll it in person.
16.
Okay. We gotta go with it. We gotta go with it. So, Abel,
I love Abel.
as the people are screaming and yelling and shouting over each other, you find that it's nearly impossible to gather enough attention to even get people to listen to you, let alone pick up arms in the fight against this dragon and the Duragard that are attacking. Throughout this entire time, you are able to gather a total of 20 people.
Oh
Cool.
no!
Cool.
Out of the 700, only 20 extremely brave and bent souls on a vengeance join you. And they don't even join you because of your inspirational speech. They join you because they find someone that seems to want to fight. They are seeking out the fact that there needs to be someone to help fight for the people. And you find about 20 of those individuals. You see that a lot of the individuals that you do meet and that you do talk to are absolutely more worried about themselves than they are other people. You find that here in Icewind, extremely rare to find people who really even care about what another person thinks, let alone does with their lives. The militia, those people who are in the militia, are pretty much already the people who are willing to help other people. Everybody else, they either push you to the side, curse at you for getting in their way, or just ignore you fully.
What a day, huh?
Leodin, it's time to protect the weak. You need to bring them to safe spots to either the town hall or the House of the Morning Lord. Up to you, of course. Or you can come up with your own plan, depending on how legitimate it seems to everybody. You need to go ahead and roll me a d20
And add nothing.
and add nothing.
That is a 17.
17. So, with a 17, you are able to gather an extremely large amount of individuals, gathering almost about 200 people. One person you find then goes out and finds two more. Those two people go out and find two more until they eventually find you at the center of this meeting point, gathering each and every one of these people in a safe location. That being said, let me just highlight what you guys did so that way I can remember. Okay. We move on. So, with that, actually, no, I lied. Because I forgot I was going to do something when my book fell. Terrified me, and I just ended up forgetting it. We need to do a little bit of extra rolling really quick. So first off, Abel, you can go ahead and roll me an additional d20.
19.
19.
Okay.
That's better.
As you are trying to gather people, an individual pushes you down like into a snowbank in order to literally get to where he was going, like just rushing, and doesn't even turn around to say sorry kind of thing. But as you're kind of like getting up from the snow, you see a 10-towner in torn cold weather clothing stumbling in from the outside of the surrounding area. So the outside of the walls to Bryn Shander. You see them kind of stumbling in through the doors. They place their hand, they catch themselves on the side of the door. And as they catch themselves, they take like 2 more steps and then fall into the snow and then slowly get back up. From about 20 feet away, you can see that the person is leaving a trail of blood behind them in the snow.
Yeah, I'm gonna run over. This guy's huge.
No, he probably just a little bit taller than you, probably a few inches.
Okay, I'm gonna shove my short sword into his rib cage. No, I'm gonna cast Cure
That was
Wounds.
last time.
Oh, you're casting
Yeah,
Cure
that was
Wounds on
last.
him.
That was last week.
Hmm.
Yeah, Cure Wounds.
Okay, you cast Cure Wounds on him. Before you even like recognize who this individual is, you just run over, grab him, and give him some helping hands. You look up, or he looks up, and meets you eye to eye as he kind of like is hunched over from the pain. But he looks up, and you see him eye to eye now. You see a familiar face in one of your friends in the militia back in the day of Tourmaline. It seems he has been injured from the dragon attack, but survived somehow and made his way all the way from Tourmaline to here by himself.
God damn.
He looks up at you, and he says, "Abel, is that you?"
Holy shit.
By
Holy
the way,
shit.
yeah, you would know him as Daniel, by the way.
Daniel, you survived.
No, only just.
And I'll look at his wounds again. Did that Cure Wounds do much for him, or is he still pretty fucked
No,
up?
it did. What amount of healing did you do to him?
I did 9.
9 points? Okay. All right. He looks up and he says, I couldn't save her. I couldn't save anybody.
I just sort of look down and then look up at him again and say, "It's time for mourning and grief later. The dragon's coming here and we need to be ready to fight. Are you in fighting condition?"
He coughs and a little bit of blood comes out of his mouth and he goes, "Always. Just give me a weapon."
Follow me.
He kind of just like takes his arm and kind of wraps it around your neck a little bit, and you can see he definitely does not want you to be helping him, but every step that he takes, it gets better with each step kind of thing. So he starts off a little rough, but then he kind of picks up the heart to continue and carry on.
I'll hand him my old bow too as we're walking, since I have Brahm's bow.
Give him a bow. Okay.
And this war pick that I got from the Duragar fortress.
And a war pick.
Nice.
Oops. Oh, geez, what did I do? Oh, and a war pick. Cool. All right. You give him the complimentary goods, and he goes alongside you for now. Leodin, as you approach and gather all of these individuals to help them in their way, I need you to roll a d20 as well.
18.
I'm sorry?
18.
18. It's funny. Like, all of these are so fitting. Anyways. 18. I swear these are random tables, just so you know. Okay. 18. As you are gathering individuals and they're meeting up with you and you're just kind of calling them, one by one into the area together to get to safety and, helping individuals that can't seem to even walk by themselves, some of them suffering from frostbite. You hear a strange noise that draws your attention to an axe beak. You look over, and an axe beak is currently tied to a like what looks to be like the outside of a window and a door, tied around the bit of stone, or I'm sorry, bit of wood that connects the stone door to the stone or to the window. And it's pulling and pulling, and suddenly it cracks that connection. And when it cracks the connection, the old cobbled house begins to fall, and the creature starts to freak out.
I'm gonna go to the axe beak. Hey, do I recognize the axe beak?
You
'Cause there
would
were two.
you would recognize this axe beak as Leia.
Yay! I hope. I'm going to come and I'm going to shh, and I'm going to try and soothe her and hold her and make sure she doesn't run crazy and end up hurting someone.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Leia, shh. It's okay.
Since you know this creature, go ahead and give me an animal handling check with advantage.
Alrighty. No. No, I'm talking to my dice, not you. That's another 18.
Another 18. The beast calms as it notices a familiar face, and in the chaos that surrounds it, you are able to unleash the harness from its pinned location. And whenever you do, you finally release it. Even though she recognizes you and calms for a moment, the second you release it from the hut, it pulls hard on the rein and attempts to run away in fear. Now it's up to you if you want to just let it off running, or like not running as in like it's panicked. It clearly has a route that it has chosen. It is not necessarily a bull charging a group of people.
True. I've got more important things to do, and so I'm going to let Leia go.
Yeah, you let her go, and it's like thunk, 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 as she makes her way down the road. Excellent. Olanu. We make our way over to you.
Yay.
Olanu, you are being led by Captain Markham Southwell, and he leads you with a militia of about 100 individuals on this part of the city. Very much Helm's Deep style. You kind of stand out in atop the barricade, looking down the hillside. And as you look down the hillside, a dark cloud begins to gather on the ground from afar, until sounds of metal screeching across metal occurs as you hear the sounds of war cries start to leak out amongst the crew. You hear the captain holding his hand up in the air, place his hand forward, and say, "Fire!" as the arrows go out. And then Markham looks at you and he says, "So, you are with me now?"
Yes.
And then he kind of looks at you and he says, "Then, in battle, may our blood be shared with the enemy." And then he charges down and out through the exit along with you. I need you to go ahead and roll me a d20, please, to help fend off
Good question.
a Durgar attack. Yeah, what's up?
Can I make it reckless?
Okay.
To get advantage?
How about this? I will allow you to make it reckless, but any damage that you'll take is double.
And I get to use rage?
Well, I mean, there's no additional points to it. It's you can roll with you can roll the d20 with advantage.
Okay.
So you can either roll it with advantage and take double damage, or just roll a straight roll and take the whatever damage you're about to take.
Okay. Double damage it is.
Fuck it.
I rolled an 18 and a 19. Okay.
You lucky son of a bitch. All right. Fueled by the sounds of battle, you run out into the battlefield as Captain Markham Southwell and you lead the charge of 100 individuals behind you as you scream at the oncoming force of Duragar, yelling and screaming along the way, you holding your axe high in the air. You collide with the Duragar. And as you do, you battle rage and you fight your way through tooth and nail. You and Captain Markham work in tandem like you had been working in before, like you've been working together for the longest time. You find that his attacks open up for more attacks from you and vice versa. You fight, and you fight. You do see some companions fall as some of the militiamen do take killing blows from either gigantic Duragar wielding huge pickaxes. Some of them even being crushed under the Duragar's feet. But in doing so, with your battle rage and your assistance, you lose 5 HP.
Cool.
You took double damage. You lose 10 HP.
Okay.
But you gain a DM inspiration.
I've never gotten that before.
Mm-hmm. And all that is said and done after the attack, even though there's Duragar flowing in and out of the locations and everything like that, you only managed to lose about 20 individuals.
That's my whole team. That's a lot of people.
You notice that these individuals are all holding pitchforks.
There's a reason those people didn't make it.
Look, we've seen Black Eye and Blaze. They're better off with the tools.
Fair.
All right, so you got the good outcome. Very nice. Right. Let's go ahead and have you roll a d20 as well.
Okay. 17.
Look at you guys.
Damn, man.
You guys are killing it.
Yeah. Everybody's rolling so great.
Okay, 17. So since we already did that one, go ahead and roll again.
Okay. 12.
12. Ooh, my favorite. All right. So in the midst of the Duragar attack, you see all these hulking Duragar, but for some reason, you also see what looks to be very angry civilians fighting against you.
Fuck.
I need you to roll 1d4 real quick. of 4. 6 commoners. 6 individuals that look like 10-towners circle you and begin to attack. Now, of course, you can slay them where they stand or try to parry them and run away. Up to you. Mind you, you were attacking recklessly, and this is a gigantic battle. So,
Okay.
but it is totally up to you how you want to handle it.
He'll attack.
Right on. Roll a d6 for me, please.
3.
You take 3 points of damage from the attackers, as even though you're attacking a few, chopping them down in one blow each. A couple of them manage to sneak up behind you and jab a dagger up your flank.
3? Just 3?
3 points of
Not
damage.
6? Okay. I wasn't sure if like all the damage was
No.
gonna be.
That's 3.
Okay.
But as they stab into you, it only makes you more angry. You literally grab behind you and catch the arm that has this dagger still in its hand and rip upwards, tearing the arm off of the civilian, turning around and beating him with it. All right.
Sounds accurate.
As you then take the blade out from your side and throw it into the ground before continuing to attack more Durigar. We'll pick up with Grimly here right after we take a short break. About 2 o'clock. So we're going to go ahead and take a short break before we go ahead and press on with the remaining of the jobs. But I will say, as you guys are fighting, off in the distance, you hear a familiar and horrifying sound.
Of course.
That's definitely
Oh
on the way.
God.
No, thank you.
Oh God.
I opt out.
Yep.
I literally got chills from that.
All right. And on that note, we'll go ahead and take today's first break. Well, I say first break, today's break. And we will be right back, okay, guys? So go ahead and take your potty breaks, grab something to drink, repair your buttholes. Let's do this. Be right back.
Oh, it's so scary.
God damn it.
Yeah.
All right. Be right back.
How are you on a health, Allie?
53. Yeah, so it's not bad. As soon as I'm able to actually rage, then everything will get cut in half. As long as it's not psychic damage. I'm concerned that that's the type of damage this creature does.
The dragon?
Yeah, because of the effect it has on people.
Yeah. We'll see, I guess.
Yeah. I shall return.
Okay. How you liking today's BS?
It's great. I love it.
Yeah.
I love the splitting up to do different preparation stuff.
Oh, do you?
I do.
Excellent. I'm glad you like it. I didn't know how people would take it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, let's try something.
Like this is what it should be like when there's a dragon fight in a D&D game. Like a real dragon is not just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that's kind of how I wanted it to feel. I didn't want it to be. I think I talked about this before, but I didn't want this fight to be bad guy shows up, you guys fight bad guy dies.
Yeah. It's great. I wish I rolled better, but
It's all right. There'll be plenty more.
I'm just kidding.
Preliminary
I
work.
roll with the blows.
Right on.
I actually love rolling low. I love failing at things.
Well, here's the deal: is the fact that we have 5 different categories to fail or succeed in. It really is going to kind of tell the story of how this ends up being, because each one of you guys holds a like 1/5 of the overall outcome.
It's like a skill challenge almost, like an old school skill challenge.
Exactly. It's what it comes down to is an old school skill challenge with less work. You know, with having to add you know, proficiencies and, you know, making them a specific thing or a specific what you call it, ability that they have to use in order to succeed on it. What I wanted to do is I wanted anybody to be able to choose any of the things. So for instance, if Seth is really good at researching stuff, I didn't want to pigeonhole Seth into having to be the person that researches things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if like somebody else wanted to do that, they can evenly do that. So it's not just a skill check. Whoa, Arth challenged me. I didn't see it. Except that's not how you spell that. Oh, he won the freaking points back. What up, Ross? I see you there, by the way. Sorry I didn't say hi when you popped in. Hopefully you're here to hear that. Also, I could just turn this here, Blizzard.
Oh boy.
There we go.
Man.
You were busy doing the D&D thing. Yeah, it was. I'm gonna go grab another beer actually before everybody jumps back in. Oh. Okay. Got me another beer. Gonna pull me out some dragon.
You don't need dragon dice.
No.
What if it dies before we get there? Or he gets there? No.
You don't need those dice.
You need to pull out a set of cursed dice that are going to roll nothing but low.
Yeah, Dan, you want to drive over here and grab my dice real quick?
Oh, cursed
Yeah,
dice?
yeah. Why don't you do that?
Cursed
Yeah.
dice? You mean like the own dice that I have?
As long as
think
they've
you've
only
used those
ever
before.
rolled low.
And I don't think that was the case.
Hmm.
Nice. All right. So I'll be rolling, as well as my gem dice, the ones that I were using last time. I'll be rolling these beautiful set that you can get from Die Hard Dice, actually. Promo. See if you can see it.
Oh, so blurry.
Yeah, yeah.
It is the pink / dark pink dragon scale set.
Cool. You're gonna die.
I'll show chat, actually, as everybody is back. So let's go ahead and go back to RP screen. Yes, I am blurry. I know that. Give me 1 second. I will fix that. But
And
I
Dan,
will.
you're blurry.
I wanted to show these excellent dragon. Very cool dice that you can get from Die Hard. They have a dragon scaled texture all over the intricacies. Very cool set. Light it. Stared into my soul. All right, cool. Yeah, I'll be rolling those as well as my gem set. All right, team. Are you prepared to continue? So next up, we have Grimly. Grimly needs to prepare the dragon arrows and tethers. And in order to do so, he goes out to the flanks of Bryn Shander, all the way out to the walls where these large ballistas have been brought up. The long staircase that leads up to the top of the area. And as he gets there, he sees that there are about 8 of these ballistas set up all around Bryn Shander, all around the border. And these arrows are huge. These huge bolts. Each one of them near a dinner plate sized in diameter, and of course long enough, probably about 2 meters each. They set them up in these ballistas and they go to work. As they set them up, the sounds of the dragon approaching get closer and closer and closer as you hear and as the dragon, one swift wingspan furl through the mist and the fog that is Icewind Dale. You see two swirls of smoke and two swirls of ice kind of floating around their wings as it approaches. And finally, that dark figure in the distance becomes very clear as the dragon. And just as they are still preparing, you can see he's working hard on getting these arrows fixed and everything. Breath emanates from the dragon as a long beam of light cuts through one of the walls next to him, causing 2 or 3 people just to go diving into the hole due to no sturdy ground beneath them and fall the 30 feet down back to the ground. Some of them landing in snow, but others, the large crack and breaking noise. People panicking, but a large line of black has been created through the gate, into houses, and through a large crowd of people. The dragon flies up into the air and gains an immeasurable amount of altitude as it nearly disappears from sight. Grimly works hard on trying to fix these things. Grimly, go ahead and roll me a d20, please. Okay. Can I use bless? No, you can't use bless. Okay. He's going to roll a d20, and we're going to roll on screen. That way everybody can see it.
Ooh.
Ooh.
All right. So Grimly grabs his d20 in an attempt to fix these things as fast as possible. He rolls a 6.
Oh no.
Hell yeah. Me and Grimly.
So that being said, the first set of arrows finally getting launched into the air from the ballistas, as you have to get like 4 people to work together to pull back enough of the tension to lock it into place. It finally launches, causing the ballista to lift like 2 feet off the ground and then slam back into the palisade. The arrow launches through the air with the rope kind of following right behind it. As the dragon is like sitting there preparing for its next attack, it looks over and sees the arrow coming and quickly woof with his wings and the arrow woof, underneath him. The dragon, you could see, light up from its chest, through its neck, out of each one of the ports in its neck, all the way into its mouth, and then finally, another beam of light decimates a large portion of the city. Tears kind of rolling down Grimly's face as he fights off the self-doubt. He continues to fire. A few shots from the rest of the arrows that everybody else is preparing go off. But after about 3 shots from Grimly, he takes precedence by aiming a little bit in front of his target. And finally, thunk, releases the final arrow that finds purchase in the creature's neck. The creature screams and shouts in pain. And as it tries to like fly up, it pulls the ballista along with it. And you see a pile up of people dive onto the ballista to hold it down. As this happens, because the dragon is more stationary, 3 more ballistas, all 3 of them, contacting the dragon. And the dragon slowly starts to descend as two of them pierce through the webbing in its wings. The dragon descends into the center of Bryn Shander. Kinraba. Yeah, center-ish. All right. Kinraba.
Yep.
It is time for you to do your research. Valony has pulled out a series of books that seem to pertain to the matter at hand. Some of them dragons, some of them, gemology, whatever gemology is actually called, and different things that might pertain to what is going on here. But it's up to you and her and a couple of other studious individuals to try and figure out if there's any possibility that there might be some sort of weakness to this dragon. Go ahead and roll me a d20.
That is a 20.
And that?
Nat 20.
Very nice.
Those dice.
So,
I kiss these dice every day.
mark that. Excellent. You and an assortment of others hit the books and find that Chardalyn, once exposed to one of Valony's many spells, can be drastically weakened. But it will take all of Valony's concentration to keep that active during the fight. So, as you are kind of going through the books and everything like that, you hear the sounds of wings and the dragon's fire breath outside the your current establishment, wherever you guys found a place to study. The ground shakes from the attacks, and as the ground shake, go ahead and roll me a d20 real quick.
9.
Join. You are studying, and as you are, the door to your location open, but there's nobody there. Do you do anything?
I cast Fairy Fire.
Okay. As you cast Fairy Fire, two Durgar-shaped creatures slowly enter the room, colored in whatever shade of purple or black or pink that you want. And as they realize that their cover is broken, one turns around and runs. The second Valony stands up, but the other one holds fast. You attack it with Valony's assistance, but not before it lets off a crossbow bolt. Seth, that is a natural 20, sir.
Okay.
31 points of damage.
All right. Seth, you lucky. Oh, that's caught. You're so lucky. Whatever. I rolled almost minimum damage. So with a crit, you only manage to take 7 points of damage. 1 and a 2, ladies and gentlemen. 1 and a 2.
Are you down?
Close.
As the arrow is flying through the air, it is met through the air with an ice knife coming from Seth's fingers. And it literally contacts Seth's arm just as the ice knife contacts the Duragar directly in the forehead. Like pinning the Duragar to the wall behind him. All right. Delaney kind of looks at you and she says, "Are you all right?"
I've been better, but well enough.
Right. Back to work. And then she takes a moment to kind of like bring a book over to you, and during your studies, you find this spell. As you find this spell, again, you hear the sounds of people screaming and dying outside of your door. Melanie looks at you, you look at her, she says, "No time like the present." And she stands up, grabs her coat from the door. She calls along some of her kobold companions. And she says, "Do your work and do it fast, Kinrava."
Here's hoping you do the same.
And as she stands just outside the doorway, she begins her incantation by tracing arcane sigils in the air, a weird greenish yellow light appearing in all the different arcane symbols that she scans along the front of her, just a few, like about a meter away from her hand. Everybody else, you hear the sounds of the dragon and finally see the tethers and arrows start to take effect. And the dragon drops below the barricades of the city and into the center. Each one of you run towards its location, unless you, of course, have some other thing in mind. As each one of you guys run towards its location, it lets out that one final deafening scream. And why don't we go ahead and roll that dragon reveal again?
Ooh.
Of course, it's not going to work sound-wise. Let's see.
Sure it will.
Here we go. All right. Not gonna lie, I timed that dragon roar so well. It played so good on stream. All right. And then on that note, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and roll for initiative. Oh man, hold on. We gotta get your roll for initiative to work too.
Oh, why do I always use this dice?
I don't
It's
know.
pretty, but it fucks me over so
Treacherous.
much.
It's pretty and treacherous.
Use the dice that gave you an 18 and a 19.
I know. I didn't want to press my luck
Oh,
by using the same
jeez.
dice.
Oh my God, Daniel.
So I take you guys over to the battle scene. Now,
Oh
with
my
that,
God.
okay, hold on. As with my stream every single time, just give me 1 second because I need to get everything to work.
Jesus Christ.
53.
I'm copy pasting all these individuals real quick. and we're just going to drag them into their location on the battle screen. Not sure why trade didn't come, but I figure it out here in a second. We will everybody fit. And during this time, let's go ahead and get some combat music going.
Classic combat music.
Classic. Actually had this combat music commissioned before we started our game.
Oh.
Look at that token of the dragon. That's so badass.
It is quite lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
Real quick, guys, I'm just gonna have to grab Trey's camera real quick.
What did I do, Dan?
Nothing. Your camera for some reason didn't copy paste like everybody's, but we'll see it pop up right now. There it is.
Hey, the battle map almost matches exactly my background.
It literally does, and I didn't want to say anything like before the game started. I was like, "Oh, the battle map matches your background," and totally ruined the surprise. So there you go.
We kind of knew that was coming though, so I don't
Totally
know
matches your
how surprised
background.
that would have been.
All right. So we're gonna copy every one of these suckers, and we also got everybody's renewed stats as well.
Hey,
Ooh.
Is there a reason only Seth copied? Copy. Paste. Okay, that worked. Now let's add Seth into it. Copy. Bless you.
That's you.
thank you.
Paste. Copy. Paste. Oh, I love it when it just works.
I have 24 HP, thank you.
What? Are you talking about in?
Yes, I have 24 HP.
Yeah,
Thank
your
you, thank
your
you.
your HP doesn't match. So if you would like to rejuvenate that. Okay, so on top of that, let's go ahead and add what everybody else on the team is actually looking at. Considering there is actually a battle map here, I know you don't see it. So let's go ahead and add a window capture battle map. Noise. So as you can see, it is quite the scene that has been set up for our team here. All right, let's make it smaller, and we're gonna put it at the bottom. Cool. We're gonna copy, paste. By the way, guys, the only reason we're having to do this is because, like I said before 100 times, if you've been watching, I did get a new computer. I'm having to redo a lot of stuff that I had already set on my old one. But Once it's all done, don't really have to do it much again. Okay. We're good to go. So we are on to battle. Let's get some stats. Oh, just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. Hold on. Forgot I had to bust it out to a new window. 1 second. 1 second. Nope, that's Discord. There it is. Done. Okay. Sorry about that, folks. Now let's go ahead and gather everybody's initiative. Let's go down the line. Olanu.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So that's a 8.
Whoa. Grimly. Oh, that's me. That's 13 plus 2. That's a 15. Abel.
18.
Nice. Leadin.
10.
10. Kin.
16 plus 1, 17.
17. Excellent. Okay. Now I get to roll the big mamma jamma.
Hello.
The crystal dice. Okay. Let's see where that takes us. All right, so going down the line. First off, please take a moment to look at this map and kind of take into account where everybody is. The surrounding is just for effect. You can see that there are Duragar fighting civilians, fighting militia. That's kind of just how the situation is playing out in real time while you guys are in combat. So, with that being said, also note that those buildings and everything like that, you can use it in terms of like them actually being there. So the tree in the middle, the stalls and everything like that, feel free to use them as if they were actually there. And that's about all I have before we get started. All right. On that note, to kind of establish how your how your roles affected what is actually happening right now, there are several things we need to go over. So first off, let's just kind of go down the line of the things that occurred. Abel, since you were the first, not only did a lot of people not join your cause. Okay, you got about 20 people maybe. That means that unfortunately not very many people were able to fight off the Duragar that did enter the city. So that means while you guys are fighting, you're also having to deal with 4 additional Duragar. These Duragar that are closest to you, these actually are there. All right. Leodin, because of your amazing success at bringing the innocent together through prayer, through some sort of divine touch, whatever it may be, because of your success, a warmth can be felt throughout the town. Not because of the fire. Fire also warm. but an inner warmth. An inner warmth. Team, you have been blessed for 2 rounds
Oh, hell.
Oh, hell.
And on top of that, you gain an additional 10 max hit points.
Oh, shit.
And max?
10 max hit points.
Okay.
Cool.
Thank you, Shiny.
10. Nice. Okay. Oh, but it didn't heal you. It just gave you that.
It just gives you an
10 max.
additional 10 max.
Okay. Sorry, my character. Ooh.
So, okay, so to kind of simplify it, if you will, you do gain the HP. So it's 10 to your max, and then you heal 10 on top of what you have to
Okay.
kind of like even it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
The bar goes like this. So both of them move.
Okay.
Yeah, your current HP goes up by 10, and your max HP also increases by 10 during this fight. Good question. Sorry about that.
No, that's fine.
Olanu. So you only lost about 20 people in that fray. You can expect that there might be some assistance during this fight. Who knows?
Nice.
Also, your DM inspiration is no ordinary DM inspiration. You can choose not only to use it at any time you would like for an additional, D20 roll, or like we had already explained before, you can always add a D8 to your roll. You can also choose to give that to somebody else at any time. Grimly, because his arrows didn't do so well, they didn't do the worst, but because they didn't do so well, many people die, but many are saved. Currently, in the city, around 500 people have died so far from this dragon attack.
Ouch.
With 3 or 4 blasts of energy and fire and whatever it is coming out of its mouth, it has demolished a good 1/4 of the city. Kinraba, behind you, you hear the sounds of Veleni's incantations. And her spell, when the dragon finally lands on the ground, it looks up at you and roars. You can see the inside of the dragon heat up as if another ray is about to come out of it because it lights up so bright. But instead, the arrows that punctured it dissipate, melt, and fall off of it. Veleni, behind you, finishes her incantation. And a strange sheen over the dragon takes place. Almost like a glimmer. It's very faint. Every single one of you has advantage on every attack against this dragon for the entirety of the fight.
Hell yeah.
That's what you get with a nat 20.
Get out of here. We should have all rolled nat 20s.
Yeah. A lot of different things.
Yeah, Trey.
This thing literally, it could have been split 15 different. I came up with 15 different outcomes for this. So
Wow.
this is just
And
one
we
of
got
15.
the best one.
This is the best outcome. This is 100%. Yeah. All right. So being that that is currently the situation, you guys are all blessed for 2 rounds. So please make sure that you are rolling with your blessed, dice and stuff like
D4.
that. Your D4. Yep. Don't forget that you have DM inspiration. Also, your hit points have gone up a little bit, and that's about it. Okay, and also don't forget you have advantage on attacks against it. Here we go. First up, Abel with an 18. The dragon lands, down in front of you, and a Duragar comes out of invisibility between you and the dragon. As it roars, you see the arrows melt from its body and fall onto the ground.
Have I said how much I dread going first?
Yes.
Even though I have such a high initiative bonus.
I think you literally have a move called Dread Ambusher.
Yep. And I hate it.
Okay, go for it.
Cool. So we've all just converged here, and this is the big one.
This is the big one.
Cool. I'm gonna pull out my bow, and I'm gonna look over at Leodin, and I'm just gonna nod at her, and I'm gonna run forward towards the Duragar in front of me, about 10 feet, and while I'm running, I'm gonna loose some arrows. So the first arrow is gonna go towards this Duragar.
Okay. Oh, new battle scenes. Let's do it.
That's a 21 to hit.
That hits.
Ooh, max damage. That's 12 points of damage.
Very nice.
The second arrow is also going to go towards that Duragar. That's a 27 hit.
That hits.
That is 9 more points of damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to knock my third arrow and pivot and point it towards the Charlatan dragon.
Perfect. Roll with advantage.
And as a bonus action, I'm going to use Zephyr Strike as well.
Okay.
Advantage. Bless. Extra damage. Cool. $25 to hit.
25 hits.
I'm also going to use Favored Foe for some more damage.
Sure, why not?
That's 24 points of damage.
Okay.
And I'm going to keep moving forward with my movement.
Until you get like melee with the Duragar?
Yeah, I'll run past them. The Zephyr Strike I wouldn't provoke.
Right.
Yeah, and then I'm just going to drop my bow and pull out my short sword.
Right on. Excellent turn.
I'm actually going to keep moving.
We move on
Boom, right there.
to Kinraba with a 17.
All right, I'm going to cast Mirror Image.
Mirror image it is. How many do you have? 3, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And I am then going to move up to about here, if I can.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get to here?
Yeah, where you were.
All right, then, yeah. I'll move up towards there, then. And that's going to be in my turn.
That's the end of your turn? Okay. Then we move on to Grim. Grim is kind of split between 2 Duragar, but he sees the Duragar that is closer to the civilians currently. He's going to make a run for that one, and he believes, of course, Olanu can take care of her own. And he is going to make an attack. And his first attack, I should have. Oh, you know what? I'll attack one, and then he will attack with his axe. That's going to be a. Wait, hold on. Oh, that's a saving throw. I'm an idiot. So that's +5. That's 18 to hit. That hits. And his axe doesn't do any crazy damage.
You take that back.
That is a nice, solid 4 points of damage.
Hell yeah.
And he will attack twice because he can do that. Yeah.
I think so.
And that is only a 10 to hit. Unfortunately, the second
With
one
bless?
misses. Oh yeah, he has bless. Bless. That's an 11 to hit. Sorry, Grimly. So unfortunately, the second attack misses, but the first attack goes through and does a solid 4 points of damage. He's gonna save his magic for now. All right, we move on to our friend, the dragon.
Helps.
And it stands right there.
Yeah, that super helps. Thanks, dragon.
The dragon like claws over, and because of its large size, each one of his steps is like 15 feet at a time. And he just moves slowly towards you, slinking past you, Abel. Abel, he does exit your attack range if you would like to take an attack of opportunity against it.
Okay. He's not considered in that corner square.
I'm sorry? Oh, he moved
He's not
past you. Like,
He's not here?
yeah, he is actually, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. All right. So at this time, the dragon attempts to get his breath weapon back. And fails. So it will then take its tail to smack Abel. Fuck. Natural 20.
Fuck.
Ugh.
Cool.
Yeah, so I'm sorry. And then that is going to be. Oh, I don't want to roll this together because it's smack.
So it's
I'll just
gonna break
roll
your
it.
table. How much dice there are?
No, it's the sensitive dice. They're gemstones. So there's 1, 2.
So the dragon is your favorite foe.
You take 27 points of damage.
Fuck.
That is bludgeoning damage.
I need to roll a concentration check on my favorite foe.
I'm guessing you do not have concentration left.
I think I just failed the concentration check.
27 halved is 13, so you need a 13.
I rolled exactly a 13.
There you go. You succeed. All right. So with that, it does its tail attack, and it is
Fuck.
no, it is actually still close enough for a wing attack. Unfortunately, on you as well, Abel.
Cool. That works.
It's making its way uptown, but it's still kind of slowly doing so. The next attack is only a 13 to hit, though.
That misses.
All right. So with that miss, the tail smashes against you, sending you flying into a nearby box, smashing the box into pieces. And suddenly, as you're like standing up, one of the wings from his back, not even really even aiming for you, like tries to go down to fly. And as it tries to go down to fly, it's just barely swings over your head. But you notice that when the creature tries to fly, it seems like this large hole that has pierced through its wing has winged it. It seems to not be able to fly currently. All right. And that's all it can do currently.
There's no mind control effect we have to worry about.
There is not right now because you guys succeeded within the last 24 hours.
Got it.
All right, so that is going to be a. That actually still puts them in front of Leodin. So the Duragar are up next. The Duragar, seeing one attack on that one, probably going to chase after somebody that won't instantly kill it in his eyes, obviously. And it is going to enlarge. 5, 10, 15, and get over here. This Duragar is going to enlarge and step up to the plate. Enlarge. Enlarge. And then this one will swing around 5, 10. Wait, no, sorry. Let me just do this with this then. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. This, yeah, that'll be fine. Okay, they all use their actions to enlarge, and you see them all gaining their increased like size and damage on their weapons and preparing for the next round of attacks. All right, now we move on to Leodin. It is now your turn.
Right, I have a quick question for you, DM.
Sure thing.
Does my Mantle of Inspiration, moving without provoking reactions,
Yep.
does that include me if I choose me as one of the people, even though that's not my reaction? Or do I need to just count it as my reaction?
If you choose to use movement, no matter what, if you use your... Hold on. Does Mantle of Inspiration take a bonus action?
It takes your reaction.
Oh, it
would take my bonus action to cast it. But
Your
it would
bonus
take your
action
reaction to move.
Your bonus action can cast it, and your reaction is to move. So you can do it, but you will burn both of those. What would you like to do?
I'm going to cast Mantle of Inspiration on all of us.
Okay.
So everybody gets 8 temporary hit points. And you can use your reaction to move if you would like to.
Oh, great ability.
All right. Kinraba, do you choose to move? No. Olanu, do you choose to move? Where are you going? Oh, just straight for the dragon. Fuck it. All right. Split the difference. Okay, well, since he can't provoke an opportunity attack, Brimley's going to circle around. So he doesn't take as much damage. He's going to go over here. That's the safest spot for him. All right. Leodin, what else are you doing? You got an action still.
I know. Okay, so I'm going to use my reaction to move, and I just know that it'll burn it.
Sure.
I'm going to come right there.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast Bane at the 2nd level. No, at the 3rd level.
Woo!
Woo!
Get all of them.
And I need all of them to make a charisma saving throw.
Okay. As we know, dragons are very charismatic. Ones especially made of metal. Because there are dragons that are charismatic, I realized after I said
depends
it.
On the, I was going to say, depends on the dragon, Dan.
But this one, extremely charismatic with its -4. That'll be a 3 on the dragon.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
But
How dare you.
it has advantage against spells, so let me roll again.
Oh, okay.
That's
okay,
a 1.
okay.
So even worse. Yeah.
So
And
he's baned.
it is baned. So let's bane him with this one. And then the other Duragar are gonna roll. So first guy, he succeeds. Second guy, he fails. Third guy fails. Fourth guy, what's your spell casting?
15.
15 fails. So 3 fail, 1 succeed. I will mark them as such. The very bottom left one succeeds.
Okay.
I like how the dragon's token is so big that the Bane
Yeah, it's like-
icon
I
is
know,
mile
it's like
away.
way in the corner.
They are baned. That is your turn. You still have a little bit of
Yep.
movement, to be honest, because you use your reaction to move, so therefore you still have your 30 feet of movement.
I do my 30 feet. I don't want to get any closer or any farther from the dragon.
Hey, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. That means we move on to the lovely Olanu. You're up.
Do it. Kill it with
Bonus
one hit.
action rage.
Bonus
Yes.
action rage. Oh, wrong one.
And I'm gonna smack it.
Do it. Smack it.
Let's see. What's my- So that is an
With advantage
18. Yes.
and bless. Okay.
Oh, and bless. Nice.
I
22 to
literally
hit.
have a
22
post-it
to
note
hit.
on my screen, so I can't miss it.
22 to hit. Barely hits.
Oh shit. Okay. And then my rage. Okay.
What you got for me?
12 points of damage,
12 points. Okay.
and then I'm gonna smack it again.
Yeah, don't forget you have advantage on every one of these attacks.
And you added your bonus rage damage to that too.
Bless.
Yep, and
Is
bless.
that roll?
It's a 14.
Oh man,
Damn
that-
it!
A 2 and a 3.
I was about to say, dude, that's like some low
And a
ass
4
roll.
on the D4.
Oh my god. Oh Christ. Olanu, I don't know how it happens, but when you swing your axe, the Chardalyn dragon raises one of its claws and attempts to claw at you when you come close. And when it does, you meet with it. And it's claw on axe, and you are literally fighting against that claw.
And somehow I'm resisting it.
Your rage.
There we go.
Anything else, Olanu?
That is it. She's just facing off a dragon.
Okay. Abel, you're up.
Oh shit.
Yep, sorry.
I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready, Dan. Okay. All right, I'm just gonna attack the guy. The damn thing.
Do it.
3 attacks. Because I'm dual wielding.
Mm-hmm.
Bless.
An advantage.
And Bane.
I probably needed that. Fuck. 17.
17 misses.
26.
Definitely hits.
6 points of damage.
Okay.
$25 to hit.
Hits.
8 points of damage.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm just like charging at it with both of my blades.
Yep. As you're attacking, you're literally having to duck low between like tail swipes and wing swipes. And each time you do, you swing hard with your scimitar, you're not your scimitars, but your swords.
Sword.
And you cut in to the Chardalyn, causing a few pieces to like splinter off. Of course, this being a much easier fight than before for some reason. That weird sheen across its armor. Anything else?
That's all I got.
Ken, you're up.
Okay. The Druagar nearest to me is the one that took the damage from Abel earlier, right?
Correct.
Does he look close to death in any way, shape, or
Yeah, he took an arrow to like the neck and he's like spitting out blood.
Okie dokie. How far away am I from Olanu?
You are, yeah, exactly 30.
Okie dokie then.
Level 420 wizard. Thank you for the follow. Awesome name.
In that case, then I'm gonna cast Feast on Olanu.
Oh, shit.
Shit!
All right, so first use of haste. Kinrava, what does it look like?
Jesus Christ.
She's going to hold up her hand, and a large spectral clock is going to form in front of her, which will then have the hand slowly start spinning faster and faster and faster, and then appear under Olanu.
Excellent. Olanu, your bulging muscles as you hold back this claw that you're currently fighting seem to, like, almost as if a burst of energy has gone through your system. And instead of, like, trying to fight off this claw, you quickly and deftly, like, or deftly, not daftly, deftly, like a dumbass. No, deftly scoot out of the way, and the claw slams into the ground as you, like, woof, quickly move. And it's almost as if you see an image of yourself as you continue to move faster than you normally would, as you look up at Kin, and Kin is just making, like, the tick, 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 tick finger.
Very cool.
Kinrava's just gonna yell out, "Make it last," and then move up to here.
Okay. Excellent. All right. Grimly is up.
Oh gosh.
Sorry, I'm reading the spell now.
Yeah, it's pretty
Oh
good.
no, it didn't. I was about to ask you if you knew what haste did.
I also pulled up the spell.
It's one I normally have. It's a great spell.
All right. Grimly
Cool.
will go ahead and make his first attack on this creature.
There we go.
Grim, also, Brad, if I am not playing your character as well as I possibly could, I apologize. I know you got like a billion different things that you could be doing, but I'm trying to concentrate on everything else as well. But with that 19, I'm pretty sure that hits. All right, and then
You have smites.
yeah, and
He would never use a smite.
yeah, it's it did hit. Yeah, he's gonna pump a smite into it. Why not? What's a good smite that he uses? Branding smite. I think branding smite might be good for him, considering he hasn't done much damage to this guy. The attack deals an extra 2d6 radiant damage. So first, need to do the original damage, which is nice, 8 points of damage. -8. The smite goes off, dealing an additional 2d6 damage for 2 and 2, so an additional 4 points of damage. And then the target cannot become invisible, and the target sheds dim light in a 5-foot radius and can't become invisible until the spell ends. So this creature cannot run away if it tries. Well, at least not in that way. And then he's going to take another attack. This time with only a 15 to hit will actually fail.
Bless.
Even with bless. Oh wait, no, we're attacking Durgar. Just kidding. 17, I think, is just enough. 17, just enough to hit. Excellent. Good call. Good call. Good call. So, roll damage again for an additional 7 points of damage. Nearly taking out this Durgar all by himself.
Nice.
Okay, cool. Excellent. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Good job, me. The dragon attacks. Now is time to show its fierceness. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a recharged breath weapon.
Fuck.
Leodin and Olanu. You see the energy build up within its mouth. And you know what's coming your way. As you deflect the thing right, the claw right out from you, the creature lets forth a beam. Jolly with a sticker. Been a long time since we've seen stickers. Thank you very much, Jolly.
Remember that you have advantage on dex saves because of haste.
Yep.
So, I need Olanu and I need Olanu and Leodin to go ahead and roll me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Does that include bless? Or does that only on...
Bless is on it.
Okay. Okay.
Also, Hoopla with another sticker. Thank you very much, guys. Winter's End, as a matter of fact. What do you got,
16.
Leodin?
22.
22 and a 16. 16 just barely saves.
Ooh.
Oh.
So both of you seem to see it coming. But it is not without consequence. As it still strikes true, you seem to take a little bit off edge. A little bit of the damage kind of falls off. But the damage is still there as it rolls. Where is it? It rolls. Woo! Okay. Okay. It roll. Are you at? No, there's no way. Oh my God. That is. I want to take it. That's 3 8s, a 7. No, that's 4 8s, a 7, a 3, and a 1.
That's a lot of damage.
That is 43 points of damage.
Oh my God.
Down to 21. Down to 10.
What type of damage?
Radiant.
Perfect.
My concentration
Good.
saves.
Excellent. That was nearly max damage. That's insane.
Jeez.
Thank you, temporary hit points.
Yeah. So the hit goes off and you guys take a massive chunk of hit points. Leodin, what is your HP now?
35. I'm
30.
at 35.
35. Okay. Jolly, you guys, Hoopla, thank you very much for the stickers. You guys are awesome. Also, hilarious stickers. The Panic and Monka S stickers. All right. That is the dragon's turn as it roars in defiance of everybody around it. Okay. Excellent. Then we move on to the Durgars. Durgars are going to make a series of attacks. This one running over to Leodin, if it can. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, get over to Leodin. This one will chase after Kin. This one will sandwich Olanu here. And this one will continue to fight Grimly. You know what? This is the second round, correct? Never mind. So the Durgars will attack 2 on Grimly. The first one hits.
On Grimly.
One
One
on
on-
Grimly.
One on one. What? Why? No, 2 attacks on Grimly. They have 2 attacks.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
So first one hits. The second one was cocked. Second one misses. Okay. This one is not baned. So that first one still hits. Okay, so 1 attack on Grimly will be a... This is with the enlarged pickaxe. So that will be a... 4, 11, 12, 13 points of piercing damage. All right. 2 attacks on Olanu, both with advantage, but Bane.
But also with Bane.
That's correct. So 1 attack with advantage. That's a natural 20, but with Bane, brings it down to a 17 plus numbers. I assume that still hits Olanu.
My AC right now is 19 because of haste.
Okay, it still hits. That's 17 plus 4, so it's 21.
Even with Bane?
Yes,
Yeah,
even with
roll
Bane.
the
Yeah, that
Bane.
was the thing.
It was a natural.
was a
It took
natural
away a natural 20.
Okay.
All right, so that still hits. So it will deal 2d8. That's a 7. That's a 6. That's 13, 14, 15. 15 points of piercing damage down to 7.
Damn.
Yeah, these are big fuckers now. Duragar's going to attack Leodin with Bane. No advantage. Oh my god, that's a horrible fail. It's a 2 plus Bane plus number. Yeah, it sucks. So total miss, Leodin. The Duragar makes a swing at you, but you hear him coming as he's like crunching the ground underneath him. And as he comes down with the pick, you take a step back and it slams into the ground in front of you, burying itself like 6 inches into the ground. Duragar runs up to Kinraba, makes an attack with Bane. That is still a 19 minus
Shield.
Bane. That is 18. That is
You also
numbers.
Have mirror image.
Yeah, I'm using shield right now.
Numbers 18 is 19. 18 is 22 to hit. And then it needs to decide whether or not it hits one of your clones. What's the thingy?
I gotta roll to see if it hits the clone.
Oh,
It
you
hits the
roll.
clone.
Okay, excellent. The clone. So it finds purchase in one of these clones next to you, as there's like 4 of you currently standing in this location. And it's like and slams down into the one nearest. And you can slightly see the clone smirk before it is completely demolished into the ground and just dissipates into a cloud of pink and black smoke. Or purple and black smoke, excuse me. The Duragar just like looks around confused and makes another attack. This second attack will only with Bane. Ooh, that was a bad Bane. Okay, never mind. It's like it's a 12 to hit.
Shield.
Still needs to decide whether it hits a clone.
Well, actually, no, it doesn't hit because my AC is 14 right now. So yeah, it doesn't hit.
Oh, excellent. Okay, so it just totally whiffs. All right. Excellent. So that's their turn. Leodin with a 10. You're up.
Okay. I want my mouse to cooperate. There we go. I would like to cast Shatter right here,
Okay.
and that will hit these 3 Duragar.
Okay.
Nice.
So I need them to make a Constitution saving.
Con save for the Duragar.
With Bane.
And reminder of Bane.
Finder Bane. So the first roll with Bane. God dang! That's 2 4s in a row. All right, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. That one fails.
Oh,
This one is going to roll with Bane. That's an 11. And this is a what save, Con?
con.
That's a 13 to save?
That fails.
Okay, and then last one is a 12.
That also fails.
All 3 fail.
Cool. So they take 19 points of thunder damage. And
19?
Yeah.
Woo!
Wait, did I do that math right? No, I did that math right. 7, 6, 6.
Yep.
Making sure nothing else happens. Okay. Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
It's not the one where they get pushed away from me. So that's all I wanted to make sure.
No, there's just a really loud shattering noise, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Anything else, Leiden? Would you like to move? Or bonus?
I would suggest
I-
moving.
You can
I know,
always
but I don't
always
particularly
use the
want to
old school
provoke-
bardic inspiration as well. Don't forget about that.
Actually, I do want to give Bardic Inspiration, and I specifically want to toss it to Abel.
Okay.
And I want to, standard, normal Bardic Inspiration. And what I want to remind him of is a Glamour Bard. You can add that to to a dice hit, like the damage done, or any healing spells. You can add that to a healing spell.
Oh, that's awesome.
Really?
That's so cool. I didn't know that.
Glamour Bard,
I didn't know that either.
I didn't get that high a level when I was a glamour bard.
So I'm just letting you know, you've got that.
Very cool.
And,
All right.
It'll be dumb, but yeah, I'll provoke opportunity and try and move away from this Duragar.
Sounds good. You are inspired, friend. And opportunity attack on you as you run away. And the Duragar, that is with Bane. Oh, that is 15 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. That's going to be a 2d8. That is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is 8 points of damage.
And my Constitution saves.
And your Constitution saves. Excellent. Bane's still up. You take 8 points.
Okay, now I'm
Okay.
done.
Excellent. That's a good turn. Olanu brings us to the bottom of the tracker. Here you go. do you
Okay. I just wanted to make sure my thought process on this is correct. With haste, I get 4 attacks because I can do a second attack on every time I take an attack action. Or is it I get 3 attacks total?
You get
Because it gives me another
a
action.
second attack action, and if you can take another attack as part of that action, yes.
Cool.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I am really fucking annoyed by this Duragar behind me.
The action can be
And
used
I'm going.
only to take the attack one weapon attack only. I apologize. It says literally on the chart here. It says only one weapon attack.
Okay.
So you cannot use the other one to bonus action or whatever part of it. So it's 3 attacks total.
Okay, that's fine. Really annoyed by the thing behind me, so I'm gonna attack that one
Okay,
to see if I can just kill it.
go for it. You can see it like bleeding from the ears.
$20 to hit. Not
Yeah.
natural.
Yeah, 20 hits.
Um. 9 points of damage.
Awesome. 9 points of damage brings it down.
Perfect. And then my other 2 attacks are going to the dragon.
Advantage plus.
Nat 20.
go.
Nat 20.
Let's
Yes.
go.
Let's go.
All right, excellent. Yo, Nat 20 sticker by Jolly. Thank you very much.
Jolly.
23 points of damage.
Oh God.
Is that all?
Because I only had the 4 once, right? For my plus to the damage. Or do I add that? Yeah, I only had that once.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's only double
23.
dice.
Plus the rage bonus damage.
Yes, and I did that. Yep.
Okay.
So we're good. I rolled an 8 and a 9.
All right, you still have one more
Jeez.
attack.
Yeah.
That's a 20.
No.
And a knock knock sticker.
I don't think this one hits. 17. 19.
19. Just barely hits.
Oh, thank goodness. And only one of those. So 12 points of damage.
All right.
And I am happy where I am.
I'm sure you are. Excellent. So at the top of the round, as all this combat is going on, due to the excellent gathering of resources of of individuals from Olanu's escapade, and not necessarily gathering, but people who had survived during combat. You hear the sounds of like clanging metal and everything like that, but you look around, and as you look around, you see that the Duragar are losing. You see that the militia is overtaking the Duragar, and some of them even join the fight.
Let's go.
I need... Oops, I deleted the wrong character. I
Is
need...
my boy Daniel here?
Oh, yeah, you know Daniel's here. Okay, I need Olanu, since you were the purveyor of all the individuals. Roll me a d6.
2.
So 4 individuals break away from fighting the Duragar, including one very familiar one to Abel. As right next to you, Abel, you see a very injured with like a patch over his eye now, and like some bandages around his chest. But you see that his axe, or his pickaxe that he was using, is covered in like dark gray Duragar blood. As he joins the fray next to you, he kind of like stands there ready, and he looks over at you and he goes, "Just another one. The bigger they are, the harder they fall, huh?" And then we go to you. It's actually your turn, Abel.
I look at him and I say, "It's now or never." And I'm just going to do my 3 attacks.
Just do your
Bless
three.
is gone now, correct?
Bless
Yes.
is gone. You still keep your hit points.
An advantage against the dragon.
And
So
advantage against the
25?
dragon. 25 hits.
12 points of damage.
Okay.
Second attack. Another 25.
Hits.
23.
Hits.
Wait, what the fuck? Okay, I added the first number wrong. The second one is a 25.
Okay.
Another.
Yep,
Oh no,
that hits.
sorry. God damn it. I'm flustered, y'all. 9 points of damage.
-9. What else?
And then the bonus action offhand. I spin it in my hand, reverse grip, and I bring it down. Ugh. That's a non-natural 20. And a whopping 2 points of damage on the offhand.
Sick. All right. You go into a flurry of attacks, and you note that the Charlatan dragon is just kind of like piecingly falling apart. Every slash just causes more Charlatan to go flying around.
And
And
that's
you
all I
finally
got.
dig that last one in deep between like 2 plates of Charlatan.
Hell yeah. Just rip it out.
Awesome. Okay. Kin, there's a Duragar in front of you, and the dragon about 40 or so feet away.
Okay. And the Sturogar is still looking really bad damage, right?
Yeah, he's still pretty bad. He still has that arrow in his throat, but he's just holding his throat now and slashing at you.
Alright then. As a bonus action, I'm going to call Omen, the winged snake, onto my shoulders.
Sure.
And I am going to send Omen right at his face to coil around his neck and cast Shocking Grasp.
Shocking grasp
Good.
it is.
And since he is wearing armor made of metal, then I have advantage on the attack.
Okay. Go for it.
Good job, I got advantage. That is 22 to hit.
22 hits.
First one was a 5. That is 2d8. 1d8. That is 14 points of lightning damage.
Woo! All right. The snake wrapping around him and like gripping his neck as he like tries to yank it off, suddenly almost turns into like an electric eel as he begins to get shocked, until eventually you start to see smoke come out of his eyes and his mouth, and then suddenly the eyes
Jesus.
explode out of his head and he just falls to his knees.
As he falls to his knees, Kinrava is going to quite literally walk over the corpse
Sure.
and move over to here.
Perfect. I feel like Hin would slowly and like daintily just like walk over the corpse, making sure her heels like dig into like
Yeah,
the skin.
Yeah. It's like
Okay.
step on me, mommy moment.
Yeah, for sure. All right, excellent. Grimly is up. The Duragar he was fighting is dead. The other Duragar is still alive. He will beeline it towards him. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh shit, he only has 25.
Since he little bitty.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He can actually just make it.
Feel his pain.
Yeah, exactly. Then he's gonna go swing happy. First one, that's a 17 plus numbers. That'll hit. Second one, that's a 14 plus numbers, and I still think that hits. Yep. Awesome. Both of them hit. First one. 2 times 6 is 12. Plus 6. It's 18 points of damage total. As he swings hard with both attacks and does nearly max damage on both attacks. And the Duragar falls to his axe. You see grimly as he's fighting for his life, like slicing into this creature, finally catches hold of an artery or a vein or something like that, and causes the guy to lose track and hold on to the wound, and grimly kind of uses that moment to, as the Duragar falls to one knee, like jump up on the Duragar's knee and come down with a like final slice directly into the Duragar's skull. The dragon attacks. The dragon is tired of this shit. It can't fly, and it sees that its laser is not doing nearly the damage that it would want, and it knows that it is here for utter destruction, so it goes into a frenzy. You see the pulsating light inside of it begin to like inside, and you see like all the light intensifies within it. You start to see steam exiting its eyes, and it goes into a rage.
Oh shit.
It's going to make 4 attacks. 2 claw attacks. So 1 claw attack against Abel, 1 claw attack against Olanu. The tail attack is going to be a swipe of one of the 3 behind him. Okay, so
Do
first,
any of these?
go ahead.
Would any of these provoke Sentinel? Since
Yeah, I mean
he's
the
within
any
5.
attack of anybody else
Okay.
besides you would definitely do it.
Got it. I just wanted to check. 'cause
Yeah,
he's
so the first attack is going to be on you just for a claw. Wow, it's going to be literally a 30 to hit.
Yeah. Jeez.
So that's going to be,
With Bane?
oh, he is Bane still, isn't he?
Yep.
So, yeah, with a Bane, that's a 26 to hit.
Yeah,
So
yep.
that's going to be a 15 points of damage down to 7.
Cool.
Abel, this one is going to go for you, and you can take your sentinel on him, Olanu.
Okay.
Abel, that's cocked. That's cocked. Come on, hello. To hit Abel, that is a 25 to hit.
Yeah, definitely hit.
26.
You what?
26.
Hits. Okay. The claw comes in for an attack. 13 points of damage to you,
And 9.
and 9 to him. Okay. It's going to take its tail attack on one of the 3 behind you, or behind him. It's Abel.
Hey!
Of course it is.
Oh no!
Tail attack. No! What the fuck? Dude, the fate! It's all fate! It is all fate!
Bane.
Oh, he
Give
has
it to
Bane.
me.
He has Bane. That would have been a natural 20, but it's a 17 for a hit.
Yeah, still hits.
Well, it's like a 30 down to like
Okay,
a
yeah.
28.
Yeah.
Okay.
It still
And,
hits.
and then that's going to be 2d10. Holy
Kiss your
shit.
bard. Kiss your bard for Bane.
I'm married.
Not anymore.
Also, we're in a fight
Oh,
right
yeah.
now.
That went dark.
That still manages to do 16 points of damage.
Now we
Got
got
it.
a widower.
How are you looking?
I'm all right.
And the wings,
Liar.
as it takes its wings, you see small areas within the wings open up. And when they open up, you can see a light begin to form on the inside. And as it does, it flaps its wings one time, and small beams of light shoot out in an area around it. I need everybody that is within 10 feet. Oh, it just barely misses you, Leodin. To roll me
Really?
a
Oh, no, I
dexterity
guess I'm
saving throw.
15. Okay.
That includes Daniel.
What kind of save?
Dex save.
Dex.
Remember, you got advantage, Olanu.
What do you got, Abel?
I got
You've got
a.
heartache, Abel, if you need it.
Oh, I got a 26 without the inspiration.
Okay.
Oh,
making
okay.
sure.
Got
Olanu?
19.
Making sure.
Olanu?
Thank you.
22.
22. Okay, so you both save. And you both only managed to take
Some ridiculous large amount of damage.
11 points of damage down to 5.
And then reduced again.
And
Oh
then
my
reduced
God.
to 2.
Oh no.
Guess what?
Are you down?
No, I'm so close.
Guess what? Daniel lives because of the heal.
Let's go, Daniel.
He lives because of the heal. He's alive. He takes the hit though. It's hard, but he takes the hit. Okay. That's excellent. Stay hydrated. Stay hydrated.
Oh yeah.
Excellent, excellent. Durgar, there are none left. Pew, pew, pew,
Bye,
pew,
bitches.
pew, pew, pew. Leodin, you're up. Let's see it.
Damn it. too far away. No, but I'd get awfully damn close to that dragon. Fuck. Oh well, this is what she would do. Damn it! He's going to get the right thing for roll 20 so I can move my icon. Get like right here.
Okay.
And cast Cure Wounds at the 2nd level on Abel.
God damn it.
You don't have to sound so, you know.
That's not what I wanted to do. I had like a big play.
Do it. I can heal myself.
Yeah,
No.
do the thing.
Okay, fine. I'll do
Abel's
that
a big boy. He can take care of himself.
I got
If
Yeah,
you've got a thing. When he's
Okay,
on the
then I'm gonna
ground
cast-
dying, then you can be like,
Then I'll
okay,
do
I
it.
guess I'll
You're
go
right, you're
heal
right.
him.
I'm good.
Yes.
You've got
Okay,
4
I'm gonna
HP
cast
left.
Shatter on the dragon.
Okay.
And what I want to remind you about Shatter is that if it's made of crystal, it has disadvantage on the saving throw.
Well, okay.
So
It
just so
specifically says
happens-
it. And so I'm and so
I believe we talked about this before, that Charlatan still, even though it might be crystalline in structure, it does not hold the same properties as crystal.
don't remember that actual discussion, but I'll trust you on that.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna cast Shatter
Go for
on the dragon.
It also is, if it's made of metal as well, it's the same effect.
Yep.
Okay. Well then, yeah, disadvantage, I guess.
Not,
it-
not to
It's
shit on you.
stone, crystal, or metal. Or any inorganic material.
Well, then he is very inorganic, so yeah, we'll just call it that. It's a disadvantage, or you have advantage? What's the thing?
Disadvantage. You
So it's a
gotta roll
save?
the saving throw. It's Constitution.
Disadvantage. That's a 4.
I'm sure.
Oh, it fails.
Okay, cool. So it gets
With bang?
3d8 with bang damage, and that is
That's a 0.
Hell yeah.
stop. That's 17 points of thunder damage.
17 thunder damage.
Yep.
Hold on. Okay. Got anything else?
I'm gonna keep moving.
All
And
right.
I'm gonna toss Olanu, just a standard in Bardic Inspiration.
Sounds good. Olanu.
But also, if you do healing, you get the extra stuff, but I don't think you do.
I think that could. Yeah, no.
You're up, Olanu.
But thank you. So for the Bardic Inspiration, that's a it's a
It's
extra
a
die roll.
D8.
D8.
The D8 you can either add to the dice once you've rolled it and saw what it was, but before you know whether it hits or not. And then you can add it to the damage as well.
Okay. I'll probably do that one. Okay, 3 smacks.
Advantage.
Yep. $27 to
Hits.
hit. Wait, 26.
Still hits.
Sorry. Okay. I was like, wait, that math didn't work. Okay. So let's do. And I'm going to add that D8 to that damage because it sucked. 13 points of damage.
Okay.
For that
Oh
one.
shit, that damage must have really sucked.
It was a 1. A natural 20.
That's bad.
Yes, this is your second in this fight.
He's checking the book. He's checking the book. He's got to cancel your 20 somehow.
Another Nat 20 sticker. Thank you, Jolly.
18 points of damage for that one.
18 for that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna use my. No, I'm not. It just misses. It's a 14. So the last one misses.
Okay. So, Olanu, the first attack hits, but the second attack crits and does a massive amount of damage. How would you like to do this?
Get out of here.
Hey.
Okay. So she goes in and she swipes her axe across, hitting it behind one of its legs, to kind of make it come down closer to her. Once its head dips, she's going to jump up into the air with her axe above her hand and bring it straight down on the creature's head.
Yeah.
Awesome. The creature, like already kind of struggling as it is, you see the flaps that had opened up on the wings to release that energy are kind of pulsating now, off and on and off and on. And it seems to be struggling as it is. You hear like a creaking of metal and the crystal stones rubbing together on its body. With the shatter, you even see cracks beginning to form within the Chardalyn form within itself. Olanu, you take your axe and hook the leg out from underneath it, causing it to bow down. And with a jump, a leap into the air off of the burning tree that is next to you, you get like literally 6 feet off of the ground and come slamming down with your two-headed axe directly onto the spine of the creature's neck and chopping it from one side to the other. As it falls to the ground, you can see the entire body violently shaking as light expands and begins to flow out all of its orifices.
Uh-oh.
This might explode.
1000% it's gonna explode.
As
Surely
the
it
creature
won't.
shakes and moves,
Oh no.
everybody around him ducks out of the way and jumps out of the way. You hear the dragon make a horrific grinding sound as the lights begin to flicker within the behemoth.
I cast shield.
A purple shield kind of goes up in front of her.
It's a Dodge accent. Oh, shit.
Screeches and what sound like two pieces of dry ice rubbing against one another continue as the creature shudders and starts to crumble to pieces as its great bulk crashes into the snow beneath it. Jagged shards of black crystal, boom, fly off in all directions in a cacophonous blast. The dragon leaving behind tons of Chardalyn crystals, some as big as wagon wheels and other as small as coffin nails.
Oh, really now?
All the Chardalyn
God damn it.
covering the area that you guys were currently fighting in, leaving a giant crater, probably about 10 feet down into the ground itself. And at this point, you hear the sounds of battle within the city begin to lower until finally the sounds of very not so enthusiastic cheers rings out as you look around you at a demolished city. Nothing but tears, crying, and fire. And that's where we'll end today's session.
Okay.
Oh boy.
You're gonna make us roll a dexterity saving throw for the explosion. I'm like, oh no!
I was trying to go for the goat. The goat. Try to goad you into like doing something. But yeah, that's it. So I hope you guys all, if you were watching, enjoyed today's episode. They have brought down the Chardalyn dragon, but what does that mean for the future of Icewind Dale? We catch you guys next week. Thank you guys for joining us and keep being your best self. Bye, guys.